All right. We are back with our OSHA inspector team here along the journey to the center of the plane. The Zorns have had a devastating effect on our OSHA team. The dungeon has been designated as very unsafe. And here, Pector and Flunky number 764 are, with very little health and very little resources left that will help them persist much longer. It has been exactly 4 minutes and 12 seconds since you all entered the dungeon.
Nice.
Good record.
Flunky.
God.
I toss him a crowbar. Go and try and take one of those things off the wall, why don't you? Sounds like there's some fun.
So Funky takes the crowbar and walks over to the sconces, the torches, the things here, and tries to remove them with all his might.
All right.
And they're right here, right? Like 20 meters away?
20 feet or so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 20 feet. Yeah.
I believe crowbars give you advantage.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna shout vague encouragements at him as he continues straining over the next couple minutes.
So, something I see a lot of new dungeon, and sometimes even long-standing dungeon masters get wrong about this game is they'll let you roll. But the GM is only supposed to call for a roll if there is a chance of failure. So... But from other systems, I've learned that success and failure can look like a lot of things. So I'm going to let you roll.
Sure.
You have, I guess, advantage.
What do I roll here? Like, what's the?
This would be
mechanics?
Athletics or just pure strength.
See, pure strength as my way.
Flunky,
Not really.
go ahead and take a point of damage as you injure your back using improper ergonomic techniques.
Oh no!
Flunky screams. You hear a sharp scream. This contest seemed to have hurt me really bad. It
You
hurt
just
me
need better
almost as much
posture.
as.
This is what we're always talking about. You can't just be doing a job however you like, because over time you might hurt yourself so much that you can't continue. And this is a great place to demonstrate, I think. Go ahead and try again.
Are you going to attempt to improve your posture?
I think I will try the best to improve my posture.
All right.
Very, very best.
Then give me an athletics check, please.
Hey.
All right. You pry, and you succeed in not injuring yourself further. You have learned, Flunky number 764, how to use correct posture to apply leverage using a crowbar.
Amazing.
Amazing.
It will be reflected in your performance improvement plan that you have improved.
I take the sconce. I hand it over to Pector, saying, "Is
No,
this what you wanted?"
the sconce is still there. The success is in the fact that you have not hurt yourself.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha. So I do a strength check now, huh?
No. You are
gotta keep going.
You apply pressure over and over and over. Pector tells you you're getting the posture right, but to give it more oomph. And unfortunately, this sconce is not going anywhere.
Okay, I got you.
And a
It was
couple
a
rounds
fail.
later, we find ourselves here.
Maybe I should make another report about how structurally sound these are. Nah.
Well, it seems like we can't remove these sconces. I'm not detecting any psychic waves from our friends. The Zords
me
seem
neither.
to have hurt us very
Did
badly.
you bring like a pack of cards or something?
No, not at all. I've got ball bearings. You want to play with some ball bearings?
I guess. I mean, marbles, right? Let's play some marbles.
Yeah. Sit down, start rolling ball bearings around.
Of
You know,
course,
like
this
marbles.
this terribly unsafe floor here with its unsteady nature, as well as making it a tripping hazard, it's also bad for marbles. But we'll try our best.
Yeah. Do that for a bit, waiting for that the whiteness to get a little bit closer, I assume.
All right. The
Come on
color,
over to
meanwhile,
this big place.
the colors have been growing more and more and more pale, and the tones are in fact quite pale, like very white and gray. The purple is basically just barely passable as purple at this point. The room is essentially like just gray tone.
Are our quotation mark marbles still fully colored?
You and all of your possessions retain their color.
Thank goodness. Yeah, come over here, Flunky. We got a nice open area to play marbles in. So we'll probably do this for a couple minutes. What kind of check is marbles?
I think it's like I think games have their own proficiency checks. So
yeah, usually you need a
So
stat
this would be, I guess, just
intelligence.
intelligence,
Sure.
or wait, marbles being like a quick like dexterity based game.
You know, I've never played marbles.
I don't actually know what you're talking about when you say play marbles.
You know, people play marbles.
Is this
I suppose we don't know what we're doing either, so we'll
Is this
just
like you
make
draw a
it.
circle and you like try and flick the opponent's marbles
Yeah.
out by hitting your own?
Actually, I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
that
that
would
would
be
be a dex. Dex. Maybe
Yeah.
sleight of hand could work. Here.
None of that, but. All right,
So,
Flunky,
what do
let's
we
see
see
what
in
you got.
hell? Jump to us real quick. I feel like we've had some disproportionate character focus.
You do not. Owen and Jerma do not experience anything beyond
Damn.
their death.
Rest in peace.
At least nothing the camera shows.
That's fair.
Go ahead, Flunky. Make your dex check.
Here, that would be. Aha.
No safety violations in heaven.
All right. You set up your game. You play for about a minute.
The void.
It's a hard won victory.
It's kind of a slow game. So around a minute into the game, you notice that a lot of the features of the room, like the stone, like I mentioned, there's cracks along the ceiling and along the walls, and there's lots of like rocky textures to the walls. Those begin to, in addition to losing color, just start to become really like undefined, like really. Like what is normally like a really jagged line has become really like straight with maybe like a bend or two here and there.
I look up at the ceiling and I'm like, look at that, Flunky. The safety violations are fading away. And if he looks up, I'm gonna try to steal some of his marbles.
Ooh, give me a sleight of hand.
Flunky looks up. 100%.
11.
I think Flunky's passive perception would beat your sleight of hand, but
Yeah,
Flunky may allow
for
that
sure.
to pass. You are their supervisor after all.
Yeah. I know he's a cheat, but you know what?
Maybe not the
I'll let it
best
slide. I'm
supervisor.
too injured. Yeah, I'm too injured to really put up a fight. You know?
All right. The game winds down, and around round 63, the definition of the walls, the ceiling is basically gone. All you can see is like lines where the wall meets the floor, where the floor meets the ceiling, and in some areas the stone just like continues and wraps, and there is no line. Those areas, everything is turning to completely black and white. The lines that define sharp edges and sharp changes in texture are basically, they look like pencil, like they're drawn with pencil. We've described it on the show before as very similar to that like Take On Me music video. This is like an even more muted version of that with almost no definition. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think we just maybe just back away a little and watch the whole world start to go white.
Yeah. Everything begins to turn completely white, and creeping over from like over here, from where you came, you see that even those small definitions at the ceiling and where the walls meet the floor completely disappear, and all you see in that direction is complete white. And it begins to slowly encroach on you all.
Yeah, I'd probably keep it at a little bit of a distance for a little while, then I turn to Flunky and I was like, well, what do you think, Flunky? It's not much point going forward.
I think that whatever fate has brought us here to witness all of these violations has brought us to also our salvation in kind of this white thing encroaching us on. So let's just sit and just enjoy.
Well, maybe the great beyond we can go investigate there if they have any violations.
You're thinking.
What do you think, Flunky? Will you go forward with me into the unknown in search of violations?
Will do, Petra.
I grasp him on the shoulder and I start to head into the whiteness.
And I think the camera is pointed at you both from your backs. Hand on shoulder, you begin to walk forward into the white. Do you have a final remark, Flunky?
Maybe I always wanted to be a policeman. And then that's it. Something like this, you know?
And with these strange words, Pector and Flunky, you both walk into the white.
You know, I always wanted to be a policeman.
My mood is killed.
Oh my god.
You killed my mood. Oh, you won. You beat me.
Oh. Victory achieved, guys.
As
won.
you both walk into the white, and as your definition and color disappear, your consciousness just goes peacefully without pain.
Oh no.
And
there was pain.
And the
There
camera
was a lot of pain.
cuts to black.
White?
Well, white and then black.
Ah.
Finn. Dot. There we go.
All right. Well,
I hope everyone appreciated this last minute run of Deadly Dungeon. We will be back to our regular programming next week.
yes, we have the
one
same
shot.
two groups that were already in the queue. They couldn't make it this week because each of them had a sick player, and I appreciate that they prioritized health and safety over pushing themselves to play. Sometimes these sessions can go really long and really late. So
we ate the bad rolls for you
sometimes.
guys. You're very welcome.
yeah. So
Next group's gonna be lucky.
Want to talk about that luck real quick? Oh my goodness, Apollo rolling high.
Oh man.
Jeez, what was that? Like 8 or 9 20s?
Oh,
just
boy.
back to.
I'm just.
I was saving spell slots. I got spell slots saved up. I should have just been using those.
Yeah.
Apparently we should have taken Zorn more seriously.
Apparently.
Yeah, this encounter with two Zorn, two AC 19 creatures, and the party gets divided. This entire floor is pretty experimental with splitting the party. We haven't seen that before. And I also created those mysterious orbs that we saw last week. Those are very, very experimental.
Swarmkeeper was going to be so good. You shove them in.
You know,
center
I would have loved it if I could.
Yeah.
You know, just not dying immediately, but you know what the dice give, the dice give.
Like missing.
Yeah.
Critical fail, critical, and they were like straight critical successes.
Well,
so you know, it
was
doesn't matter how
impressive,
much
like-
we buff. Like how much we buff, if the dice are not with us, they're not.
Yeah,
It's literally
it's
it.
It was a fun time anyway.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, I think I also kind of did myself a disservice on a couple attacks. I used claws instead of the bite for the fourth attack.
It's the same modifier to hit, though.
It
right?
is. I think one of them would have been more damage.
No one's gonna hit you or blame you for misclicking once or twice, Apollo.
It happens every week, a lot. So
Just play
it happens.
StarCraft 2. Get that.
No, I will not
VPN.
return to StarCraft. I'm terrible at that game.
Same.
Yep.
So, let's talk advice and thoughts for future groups. I think Swarmkeeper has with that, force movement on either yourself or your opponent or your target. I think those are some really interesting and cool effects that could be really helpful in a lot of situations.
It is. Get higher wisdom, guys. I could not get it high enough to. I mean, I only had one opportunity, right? And it's a strength saving. Throw. Most monsters have high strength. Obviously, it'd be good against creatures that do not, such as shadow demons, for instance, who have -5. But I'm sure there's potential in there that I was just not able to show off today.
What else?
Don't be super stingy with your spell slots like I was. You will regret it.
I think it was the last attack instead of saving your partner, perhaps.
Yeah, that was kind of a Hail Mary. Because
honestly, it could have turned out great. It could have turned out glorious. It could have.
I legitimately just forgot I had movement after I force moved myself. If I had run back at least 10 feet, we would have probably just murdered it. But
yeah, the Zorn.
When you say I chill, you chill.
The Zorn don't have a lot of movement, so generally,
don't forget to move.
You're going to be able to outpace them.
I wish I used more more strategic tactics, like the money thing a bit earlier, or these things. But to tell you the truth, I think we could have taken those Zorns. I really was very, I was very bullish with the Zorns myself. But all of those attacks, constantly attacks, which brought me down. No matter how much I healed myself, continued. And then the misses from Jamie's misses was coupled with my misses, and then it just slowly drip.
Yeah. I just counted. I had the 3 crit intelligence saves on Pector.
The saves,
psychic spikes. Yeah. And then the Zorn got 6 critical hits on you all. I also noticed while scrolling through this. Temhr, you, I think on your first attack, you got a critical hit on your Warhammer. Given that Paladins truly only have one meaningful spell, and it's Divine Smite, if you Divine Smite on a crit, you deal double dice damage on the spell as well.
So it would have also increased the crits.
Yes. So if you had done a level 2 there, that would have been an additional 3d8 and critted to 6d8 on top of your Warhammer's 2d8 plus 4.
Hey.
So that would have been 8d8 plus 4 damage.
Nipped everything in the bud.
Alternatively, just keep hitting them and don't miss, guys. Come on.
Just hit the enemy. Jeez.
That would be great. That would be great.
Come on.
Would have been great. We could have used that.
But I think one interesting strategy that could be done is just put 3 people in the bottom corridor and just have a rogue or something that can run really fast on the top. You could just
potentially.
That would be
keep
great.
your party together that way, maybe.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, that'd probably be better.
Or maybe a monk that has what is it? Defensive fighting or mobile that lets you hit. If you attack, you can disengage.
Yeah, that's mobile.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in fact, the same thing we were talking about with Swarmkeeper. I think there's that monk that can push people away with their flurry of blows.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty good for this floor.
Alternatively, Warlock, who is a cantrip guy with that pushing thing.
Yep. Eldritch Blast with.
I'm glad this floor isn't done immediately because it's fun being able to work out ways to use the environment like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those orbs are very fun.
Yeah, when I was, again, designing this and was thinking very experimentally about some fun stuff I could do, this floor is actually one of the last floors that I designed.
Hey.
And so I was thinking a lot about, okay, how can I do stuff really different and focus more on the environment? So that's why we have like the Zorn and the caves. We have these mysterious orbs with a random jumping around. The shamans with spell range hiding behind the pillars, which we saw last week. And then the shadow demons should... I really did myself a disservice with those shadow demons. They don't really get to benefit from some of their cool skills because it's so bright in the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are there torches in that room?
There are torches in that room.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah. So we just need to see a group kind of put it together and get a little lucky, which sometimes can really make or break a group. As we've seen sometimes.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweaty, guys. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, all the same, I had an absolute pleasure playing with you all. This was a very fun roleplay theme, which I very much enjoyed. You all did a great, phenomenal job.
Hopefully no one will be unoriginal and take our original idea, which we came up with on our own.
Honestly.
Just saying.
Not like another group also independently thought of it.
Shame.
Exactly. Yep. No way in. There's just no chance. They would have copied us, trying to make us do better. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, for those of you watching, we appreciate you tuning in and supporting the stream. We'll be back next week with another group on this floor, Journey to the Center of the Plane. If you are interested in participating, check out information on the Discord. There's a whole channel for party formation. We've got links to the rules for setting up parties, and we have a list with the queues of the groups. So, yeah, we'll see you next time here on Deadly Dungeons.